Hey garden friends, there's our beautiful trees. Look at that pretty sky up there. The light is really neat today. It's kind of overcast in the garden. I'm just here pulling a few weeds and watering the habitat garden. So I thought I would just do a quick video because I did the habitat garden the other day, but I didn't really give you an update on the vegetable garden. So let's see, here's this front bed. We still got these carrots. We're going to pull some more carrots soon because they are ready to harvest. These cute little flowers just bloomed. I'm not totally sure if they're a variety of marigold or maybe they're a type of daisy. They look kind of like a daisy to me, but they're so pretty. They have little tiny blooms. They just bloomed in this past week. So there's our lavender. We've cleared out. Sorry, you can hear the crows behind me. They're mad that I'm in their garden, I think. We've cleared some of the winter stuff out so that we can start planting more summer fruits and vegetables. So you can see this looks a little scraggly hanging out here toward the walkway. That's our California poppy plant that we're letting make seeds. So these seed pods here, they're going to start to dry out. Here's one that's kind of tan. So right now their seeds are under development, so we haven't pulled that out yet because we want to collect those seeds. Oh, there's a kitty there too. Here's the borage. Look at this, you guys. I noticed yesterday when I was here, we have some cucumbers. There's a big old cucumber right there. Here's another one here. Isn't that cool? And then let's see, here's our eggplant, and it's got lots of blossoms. No actual eggplants yet, but hopefully soon. Let's see, see how tall the sunflowers are getting? They're already the tallest thing in this bed. Let's see, there's a big old cabbage down there. And our pretty, I believe these are the cosmos. I'm going to have to double check that though, because that's what I was thinking they were. But now I'm like, is that right? Here's our tomato plants. Lots of blooms. Let's see, are there any actual tomatoes yet? I don't see any yet. So many blooms. Super exciting to see all the blossoms. Maybe by next week we'll have some little green tomatoes growing. Okay, and then back here we've got all these bean plants. Look at those bean plants. There's a bazillion of them waiting to grow up our poles. It's very exciting. And then our lavender and rosemary and comfrey and mint. And look, see, here's that other little tiny marigold or daisy, whatever that is. It's so pretty. Okay, let's see. Can I get around this way? There's our big California fuchsia. We've planted a few California fuchsias over in the habitat garden. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to spread out, and it has really pretty pink flowers. Or I think they're pink. I don't think they're red, but maybe they're like a dark pink. There's our herb garden. And then some more beans and buckwheat. Marigolds, calendula. Here's the strawberry bed. Let's see. Oh, there's some good strawberries. Look at that strawberry. It's so red. Look at that. These tall things you see in there are buckwheat, the tall white flowers that are sort of twice as tall as the strawberries. Look at that. And then those are the marigolds, and this is like the marigold field. There's so many marigolds over here. You can see our pretty Shirley poppy has mostly finished blooming. So again, we're letting those seed pods dry out so he can collect the seeds. Hopefully we'll get a chance to make some seed packets. And then check this out right here. We have some milkweed planted. We had one tiny milkweed plant last year, and that wasn't quite enough to attract the monarchs that like to lay their eggs on milkweed. So now we've got milkweed in a bunch of places. It's several places in the Habitat Garden as well as along our fence line. Let's see. Oh, I see a great big bumblebee over here on this porch. Let me see if I can go get his picture for you. Look at him. Look at how pretty he is. Actually, that might be a carpenter bee because he doesn't look fuzzy. Whoa, whoa. I got a little too close. He said, no thanks. Now look at here. Do you see the ladybug? This is a sunflower. It's about as high as my waist right now, but you remember how tall they get? They're taller than all the adults. Look at the little ladybug. Say good morning, ladybug. We're so excited for you to be here. Awesome. And look at all our pretty wheat plants. We've got wheat at all the corners and kind of along this row. And then in several of these beds, we've got some squash plants. There's one there. There's one here. There's a few squash here. So that'll be fun. The squash really loves the sun, so that'll be nice. Here's a big squash plant. This must have been the first one we got in the ground because look at that. It's already flowering. And there's a bee in this one flower. Check it out. See if I can get some. There we go. Thanks, bee, for pollinating our squash. Awesome. And in case you don't know, and I don't know a lot about this myself, but our friend Miss Rosie, you all know Rosie, squash blossoms, you can eat those blossoms if you, we get a lot of the blossoms and not all of them turn into the squash. So you can harvest this blossom and you can eat it in a variety of ways. It's traditional in Mexican cooking, and I'm not sure if maybe some of our other South American cooking or not, but I know it's a traditional Mexican thing to incorporate. Miss Rosie suggested I try it in a quesadilla. She said it's really yummy to dice up a squash blossom and put in a quesadilla. So one of these days I'm going to try that. You might try it too if you have squash growing at your house, or if your family comes to take care of the school garden and you see one, you could pick one. Remember, when you come to the school garden to do any watering or pulling weeds, only harvest what your family will use so that all of our families have a chance to harvest a little bit of the food, okay? Cool. So there's our update for today. Look, the sun is now coming out, so it's getting a little brighter out here. I need to go move the water on the Habitat Garden plants. There's our Habitat Garden. Oh, did you see, I don't know if you didn't watch the Habitat Garden video yet, you might not have seen this cute sign, but Mrs. Straub took the sign home, and Mr. Straub put it on a post for us. So we have a pretty sign in our Habitat Garden to show that we're part of the Schoolyard Habitat program. So awesome. Okay, garden friends, you have a great weekend, and I will shoot another video for you next week.